What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. Um, I have no room to complain for the Cowboys right now. We have just one injury, and that is Deron Bland. Of course, we don't want to have anybody injured, of course. But Deron Bland, 2 to 4 weeks, or several weeks, we don't know exactly how long that'll be. The Cowboys, of course, not wanting to bring anybody else in. We don't know if they've contemplated the idea of bringing in Stephon Gilmore or not. Sounds like they are looking at everything that's in-house to try and take care of this injury. Now, it may be, here's my thinking what the Cowboys are thinking. Cowboys may be looking at this and saying, well, look, we have the Giants and we have the Bears the next 2 weeks, a couple of weeks with Deron Bland, and then after that we have the Green Bay Packers. And I think after that, the Jets. And they may be looking at this and saying, we can roll the dice and hope that we have enough to be able to beat them with our offense and so on, and hold off instead of bringing in a Stephon Gilmore or somebody else, or figuring we're better off having guys that have been here and practicing and knowing your system. And there is a lot to be said for people understanding your system, because when you bring somebody cold off the streets, unless they're familiar with your coaches where they've been elsewhere, or they are familiar with the system because they've been here before, you're starting over with the terminology and things. And as we've talked about over and over again, it only takes one person out of place for it to be a big play. And in football, the reality is it literally takes 3 to 5 plays to be the difference between winning and losing the game. And so if you have somebody who's out there and doesn't know where they're supposed to be and they're in the wrong spot, NFL teams know to pick on that weak link. So I can understand the Cowboys thinking of, maybe we're better off with the guys that we have and, not making a move here to bring somebody else in. But for me, here's the real problem that you have. What we wanted to do originally was bring Trayvon Diggs slowly, not having to push him every single play, right? So the problem is he is still recovering. And now he's going to be forced to play more and more minutes because you don't have Bland. And that may end up being that you're kind of having him take a bigger step back than if you were able to ramp him up bit by bit by bit. Now there's a sense of urgency for him to be out there. So that's the problem of saying we're okay. We're okay with what we got. We're okay with what we got. We don't need to look anywhere else. We're okay. Other part of it is the guys, no disrespect to the next man up. We've been there before with guys that don't have any experience getting their first action on the field. It takes time for guys to get up to speed. And right now, you ain't got much time to get guys up to speed, man. You don't. Right now, the season is here, and we need to maximize every single week. And the thing is, at this point right now, where we are in the schedule, is the easier part of our schedule. And if we don't make some hay now, if we don't start stacking up some victories early, it's going to be a long season. No joke. To me, the Giants, the Bears, the Jets, the Panthers, those are, you got to win. You've got no room for error, because you still have the Commanders twice. You got the Giants again. You got Kansas City. You got Minnesota. You got Detroit. You've got a lot of games with a lot of teams that are really good, and we don't have any room for error. It's going to be tough out here for a pimp. So if I'm the Cowboys, I'm not trying to penny pinch right now. I'm trying to do everything I can to make this roster as tough as it can be. And if that means I got to spend some money to bring in a guy like Stephon Gilmore that maybe he doesn't have to play that much as an insurance policy, it makes sense from so many reasons. Like, for example, maybe you get through this part with Bland, and maybe he's okay, in 2 weeks and he's back out on the field. Maybe Diggs makes it through the whole season. But why go through without hope of hoping that we got enough when we can go out and make sure we got enough? Every time we get to the playoffs and we fail, it's usually because our roster has been beat down a lot. And that's a fact. We need to be more aggressive when it comes to getting free agents in here and having more and more depth than what we have. We're just too damn thin. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ooh. I'm trying to figure out what to call this out here. This should be the woodshed, and I'm taking y'all out to the woodshed here today on my 10-year birthday of this channel. Shout out to this channel. 10 freaking years. Man. Who would 10 years ago? What was I doing 10 years ago? 10 years ago, I had my regular channel, because that was 2015, and nobody was watching that channel. And I created this one because I was going to start doing cooking on here. So I was like, I have my sports talk and Cowboys that nobody was watching, so let me make another channel that nobody was watching. What did I look like 10 years ago? I need to go back and see. Damn, I'll take some time to go all the way back to the very first video. There's 17,000 videos plus on this channel. So it might take me a couple hours to go through to get down to the very first video. I might do that if I have some time today. The very first video. Wow. It's amazing to me. I still can't believe I'm on YouTube. All right, you good people. I got to go over here and sand and paint some walls for this nice lady's house. And so tomorrow I can put the surround and the shower doors on, get that thing squared away, so she'll have her bathroom back. Ugh. And don't forget, tonight we'll be live streaming 8 o'clock for the Commanders versus the Packers. I'll see you guys soon. Taking you out to the woodshed.